sisters, it is my great pleasure to introduce a good friend of mine, a major labor leader in this country, the chair of Change to Win, Sister Anna Berger.
Sister brothers, there is something wrong in America. And we all know the story. Over a year ago, the big banks of Wall Street, because of their greed and risky decisions, put our whole country and our whole economy at risk. We had the greatest economic crisis in the last 70 years. And what did they do? They came to us. They asked us, the taxpayers, to bail them out. They didn't ask for millions. They didn't ask for billions. They asked for trillions. Trillions of dollars. And they said they would help us rebuild our economy. So let's ask some questions. Did they rebuild our economy? No! So, with that money, did they stop home foreclosures? No! With that money, did they cut interest rates? No! Did they lower bank fees? No! Did they give consumers a little bit of a break? No! Did they help our cities, our towns, our states with hemorrhaging debt? No! Did they stop layoffs? No! Save services? No! Did they extend credit to small businesses to stop layoffs? No! Or create new jobs? No! Did they build anything? No! Create anything? No! Do anything? No! No! They didn't! So what did they do? They squeezed us harder! They exploited us more! They raked in billions of fees, made lots of money, and now they're giving themselves bigger bonuses than ever before! Can you believe it? While our families across this country are suffering and struggling to get by, what do? They come to Chicago, right? And before they got here, they spent $35 million lobbying Congress. Our families struggle. They walk the halls of Congress trying to protect life the way it is because they like it just the way it is, where they take it all and they leave us the crumbs. That's exactly what it is. And so then they come to Chicago to celebrate what a good job they did. To plot, to plan, and to figure out how to manipulate our economy even more. It is just wrong. Across our country, more and more people are unemployed. Every 7.5 seconds now, someone loses a home to foreclosure. Our retirement is slipping away, if not gone. And that's why we're all here, right outside the Bank Association, to tell them enough is enough. We have come here to call them out, to launch a national day of action, a national campaign to hold them accountable. We want an economy that works for us, not just for them. We are taking on the banks. And sisters and brothers, it is going to take more than us and more than today. Because taking on the banks is not a spectator sport. So that means that all of us have to do our job. We have to go back and talk to our families, our friends, our co-workers, our neighbors, our communities. We need to get them in action too. Right? We need to reach out and make sure that we stay on the streets and we go across this country getting on the streets. And we have to pick up the phone and get on the phone and call our members of Congress every day and ask them whose side are they on? Are they on for a country that works for all of us? For a country that an economy that works for all of us? Or are they on the side of the big banks and Wall Street only? And we have to call the big banks every single day to stop funding reforms, to stop foreclosures, to stop using our money against us, to start creating jobs, to start investing in our communities again. Sisters and brothers, we know we need things like consumer protection agencies. We know we need rein in executive compensation. We know we need real reform. But we need a lot more than that. We need to break the power of the big banks and Wall Street over our country. That's what we've got to do. They have a hold on our country, our economy, and they think that they own Congress. They have spent decades breaking the system, so it works for them. So they always win, and no matter what happens, we always lose.
Yeah.
And so we're not going to fix this in a day. We're not going to fix it in a week or a month or a year. We are going to be on their case until we bring them down.